Good morning, students. Welcome back to today's online class. Students, we have learned about last classes. We have learned about environmental science. So we have completed the portion. Today we are going to revise the portion. So the unit 24 environmental science. The topic we can revise it. Well understood. Then the environmental science we have learned. First we have learned about biogeochemical cycle. See what is biogeochemical cycle. See here. See in the biosphere both living and non-living things are present. This can be classified into two factors. They are biotic factors and abiotic factors. So biotic factor includes all the living things such as plants, animals, microorganisms, etc. And the abiotic factors includes the non-living things such as sand, soil, book, etc. So all the non-living things comes under abiotic factors. Non-living things such as soil, air, temperature, water, sun, light energy, these are comes under abiotic factor. So what is biogeochemical cycle means? So there is the cyclic flow of energy between the living and the non-living factors are called biogeochemical cycle. See what are biogeochemical cycle? Say the cyclic flow of energy between living and non-living things are called biogeochemical cycle. See we all know the plants are producing the food materials by the process of photosynthesis. So they are called producers. The plants absorb carbon dioxide from this atmosphere and light energy from the sun and water from the soil and the chloroplast pigment, the green pigment present in the chloroplast. With the help of that they are preparing the food. These food materials can be transferred to the next one. They are consumers. The consumers depend upon plants for their food. Now the energy is transferred from plants to consumers. Then after this the consumer getting death. See it will get the decomposition is taken place by decomposers. Decomposition process is taken place by decomposers. So during this time the organic materials can be broken down into the minerals, and the carbon dioxide that is evolved again, it is evolved to the atmosphere, and the minerals can be entered into the soil. So here the cyclic flow of energy is between the non-living things and the living things are there. They are called biogeochemical cycle. See this biogeochemical cycle consists of three, that is water cycle, second one is nitrogen cycle, third one is carbon cycle. So the biogeochemical cycle has three types. They are water cycle, nitrogen cycle, carbon cycle. See today we are going to learn about, revise the portion, water cycle. See the water cycle, it is otherwise called hydrological cycle. Hydro means water. Here the water can be transferred from one reservoir to another reservoir. The water can transfer to one reservoir to another reservoir by the process of sublimation, evaporation, transpiration, then fourth one is condensation, fifth one is precipitation, Sixth one is runoff, surface runoff. Then infiltration. And eighth one is percolation. So by these processes, the water can be transferred from one reservoir to another reservoirs. The water are in the form of solid, liquid and gaseous states. See, the first one is sublimation. What is sublimation means? See here in the northern pole as well as the southern pole, and also in the mountains, it consists of ice cubes or glaciers. This can be converted into, say, this solid. It can be converted into gaseous state without reaching the intermediate state, that is the liquid phase. That is called sublimation. Second one is evaporation. What is evaporation means? See, from the surface body of the water, that is from the ocean, seas, river, ponds, lakes, etc., streams, etc., the water may get evaporate, and the liquid state, it can be converted into gaseous state without reaching the, before reaching the boiling point. So here the evaporation, from the liquid state of water, it can be converted into gaseous state. So that is called evaporation. Third one is transpiration. What is transpiration means? Here the loss of water from the aerial parts of the plant is called transpiration. See, the leaves consist of small holes called stomata. Through these stomata, the excess water can be evaporates in the form of water vapor to the atmosphere. That process is called transpiration. Next, condensation. So in the condensation, say here the gaseous form of water can be condensed and to form cloud or fog. That is condensation. Next one is precipitation. So due to the change in the wind, the clouds may get cool, and the droplets, say the water droplets, can be fall to the earth ground. So that is called precipitation. That can fall as a rainfall. See, it can fall on the earth, see, in the form of rainfall, drizzle, etc. See, next one, runoff. See, after during the rainfall, the water may get runoff, and it finally can reach to the sea. The surface water, it can run on the surface of the ground. See, there is two types of runoff is there, infiltration and percolation. See, some runoff water can be filtrate inside the soil. See, that is called infiltration. And percolation is some rainwater, runoff water can be percolate into the soil through the rocks, small rocks or fractured rocks. That is called percolation. So, infiltration or percolation are same, but the passage of the filtration of water through the soil, it is different. See, infiltration means the water can be enter into the soil by through the soil. Percolation means it can filtrate into the soil through the rocks or fractured rocks. So by this process, here the water can be transferred from one reservoir to another reservoir. So in the water cycle, the processes are sublimation, evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation, runoff, infiltration and percolation. So this is the detailed answer, important detailed answer, you can learn it. So the next process, next is nitrogen cycle. See, nitrogen cycle, it is present nitrogen. See, nitrogen is very important for the growth of the plants. See, it is present in the atmosphere in the form of gaseous state. So there are 78% of nitrogen, it is present in the atmosphere. See, this nitrogen can be absorbed for the growth of the plant as well as animals. The nitrogen, it is very necessary, but the plants and animals does not take the nitrogen in the form of gaseous state, but this nitrogen, it is present in the atmosphere in the form of gaseous state. So how it is taken place means, say here the nitrogen can be converted into nitrite ions or nitrates or ammonia. See, in the form of ammonia or nitrate only the plants and animals can absorb the nitrogen. So it can be taken place in different process. The first one is nitrogen fixation. Second one is nitrogen assimilation. Third one is ammonification. Fourth one is nitrification. Fifth one is denitrification. So by this process the nitrogen can be absorbed by the plant. How means, first process is nitrogen fixation, then nitrogen assimilation, ammonification, nitrification, denitrification. See, the first step is nitrogen fixation. See, the atmospheric nitrogen, see, it is in the form of gaseous state. So it is present in the atmosphere. It should be fixed to the soil. See, here the leguminous plants consist of root nodules. Here the bacteria, nitrogen fixing bacteria, in the leguminous plants, rhizobium, it is a nitrogen fixing bacteria, and by blue green algae cyanobacteria, nostoc. With the help of that, see here the atmospheric atmospheric nitrogen can be fixed to the soil. See, now from the atmosphere it is fixed to the soil. Next one, nitrogen assimilation. See, during nitrogen in this process, see, the plants absorb the minerals and it can enter into the plant body and converted into protein and nucleic acid. In the body of the plant it is called plant protein, and now the plants are eaten by the herbivores. Now the plant protein, it can be transferred to the animals. In the animal it is called animal protein. See, next one, ammonification. See here, in this process, see, the plants, the animals, they can release out the nitrogenous waste, that is in the form of urea, uric acid, in the form of urea, uric acid. See, it can be excreted out, so that, see, during ammonification it can be converted into ammonia. See, this uric acid or urea, it can be converted into ammonia by using the microorganism that is bacteria and fungi. See, with the help of that, the uric acid and urea, it can be converted into ammonia. So the formation of ammonia, it is called ammonification. Next one, nitrification. What is nitrification means? See here, the ammonia that is formed during the ammonification process, say, that ammonia can be converted into soluble nitrate with the help of the microorganism nitrifying bacteria. Say, nitrifying bacteria, that is nitrosomonas and nitrobacter. Say, so soluble nitrate it is formed. Next one, denitrification. So the soil, the free living soil bacteria such as pseudomonas, say, converted the soluble nitrate into gaseous nitrogen, and this nitrogen now it is released to the atmosphere. So the nitrogen cycle, it consists of nitrogen fixation, nitrogen assimilation, ammonification, nitrification and denitrification. First on nitrogen fixation, say, the gaseous nitrogen it is present in the atmosphere. It can be fixed to the soil by rhizobium, by the nitrogen fixing bacteria such as rhizobium, cyanobacteria and asta. See, they can fix the nitrogen in the soil. Nitrogen assimilation, here plants, they are absorbing the nitrogen from the minerals, and see, now it is converted into protein and nucleic acid. Now the protein present in the plant body is called plant protein. It can be transferred to the animal protein, that is by the herbivores. They are consuming plants for the food. So when they are eating the food, these protein can be enter into the herbivores. So in the animal it is called animal protein, and the carnivores, they are getting these protein by consuming the food. Next one, ammonification. Say the process by which the formation of ammonia, it is called from the nitrogenous waste, it is called ammonification. See here in this, see the animals, they are excreted the nitrogenous waste in the form of urea and uric acid in the soil. See, this urea and uric acid can be decomposed. This nitrogenous waste can be decomposed by ammonification bacteria and fungi and form ammonia. So next one, nitrification. See, during nitrification, see the ammonia formed during ammonification can be converted into soluble nitrates with the help of nitrifying bacteria such as Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter. See here, now the soluble nitrates, it can be converted into gaseous nitrogen. See, with the help of the free living soil bacteria that is present in the soil, that is Pseudomonas species. With the help of that, the soluble nitrate, it can be converted into gaseous nitrogen, and it is released to the atmosphere. This cycle, it is called nitrogen cycle. So today students, you can study two detailed questions, that is water cycle and nitrogen cycle. Very, very important question, water cycle and nitrogen cycle. Study very well. So we can revise the portion next week. Thank you, students.